I am Beijing Rogers, the world changer, and I am an adventure enthusiast, a humanitarian youth activist, and a mental health and purpose coach.
So we asked Beijing to tell us about what was her first adventure.
So it all started when I was 4 years old, when I went on my first mission trip to a very impoverished Haitian village in the Dominican Republic, where I served very poor young people that had no running water, no access to education, didn't have food on the table all the time, used the restroom in the outhouses. And I did that for over 2 decades. So just imagine a child growing up with other persons that had nothing and I had so much, and doing that in different places all around the world. That has shaped me as to who I believe God is calling me to be and the purpose that He has on my life that I've been following since I was 12 years old. At 12 years old, He told me to lead the youth, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so that's when I started a nonprofit organization, now ministry, called IoT It's Our Turn. And we believe that it's our turn to serve our world as young people. We don't have to wait until we become adults to provide quality education, mental health resources, leadership skills through the transformation gospel of Christ by serving the orphaned, marginalized, abused, and abandoned young people. So I had the most incredible opportunity to travel to India last year in 2022 to fulfill my little girl's dream, which was to become an international speaker. And I did that to the most furthest country in the world. And I went on a speaker's tour and a humanitarian tour, speaking to 20,000 people at one time, giving my youth legacy. Being in India was just incredible. The people there were just these selfless, beautiful servants. My life was changed. I came back a whole new creation and just wanting to serve young people even more. And India will forever be in my heart. And I know I'm gonna be back. So I'm really excited about that and the seeds that I left while I was there. So I'm a mental health and purpose coach, and I coach kids, teens, and young professionals to unlock their thoughts and their full potential to win in life and in Christ by defeating the negative thoughts, the unhealthy behavior, and the poor character that your child or you may have. And it's just so exciting to be able to lead kids to step into who God has created them to be by being their personal cheerleader. And then one of my other ways of entrepreneurship is my partner and I, Xavier Knowles, we started the first camping adventure here in the Bahamas, and honestly there's nothing like it. We do overnight camping experiences on Rose Island, which is a private island here in the Bahamas, and we legit give them the adventure of a lifetime. There's nowhere in the Bahamas that does that. Camping, hiking, rafting, snorkeling, stargazing, sunset gazing, shall I continue? It is the most incredible thing. And for me personally, it's when we bring these strangers together that spend more than 24 hours together, they become family, and I love to see that happen. And so, yeah, this is the beginning of some of my entrepreneurial ventures, and I'm so excited for what's in store.
I think the first word that would come to mind is proud, you know. More importantly, blessed to be her mother. I find that with parenting, we are stewards of these little gifts, and it's our job to try and find out which areas our children have more of a bent towards and try to pursue in those areas. And sometimes that takes a lot of trial and effort. You know, you send them to ballet, you send them to soccer, you send them to swimming, you know, music lessons, that kind of thing, and you just see where they naturally seem to come into their own. With Beijing, we did all of the above. We did the music, we did the sports, the swimming, the mission trips. Her first mission trip was when she was 4. She always had this, seemingly this desire to help, to serve, to, you know, make sure everybody's happy, you know. But she Also love business, because whenever we travel, you know, in the hotels they'd have these notebooks and pens. Every hotel has a pen and notebook, and then they have a telephone. And when she was smaller, her and her sister, they would always play business, and she'd pick up the phone and, you know, pretend as though she's doing business. And I think that has a lot to do with coming from an entrepreneurial background. You know, our family's entrepreneurial. We've only had businesses. Our kids have never seen us work for somebody else other than ourselves. And so the natural thing is to see what else you can create. It's like it's inside you. And so Beijing not only just wants to create businesses for money, but create businesses to help people to be better, help people to find what makes them happy, what gives them purpose, what, you know, what their passion is. And so that was something that she always did growing up, you know, playing church. They played church, and she always had to be the preacher. And her sermons were so long, and we used to be like, is church over yet? Is church over yet? You know, and she goes, one more time, and then she'd preach and whatever else, and not making any sense or anything like that. And I think that's where she started to learn to love to speak and to love to, be able to express herself through speaking. So the question is, am I proud? Yes, very proud, very, very happy for the purpose that she is pursuing, and just really excited for where the Lord is going to take her.